Good morning, beautiful people. Let's jump into a message from Love Energy. So this is the energy that is what I know to be universe, God, creator. It is also the energy that exists within each and every one of us. It is the energy that is held by Mother Earth. This energy of love and creation and support and guidance is everywhere we look. And we are in a time and place where more of that energy is trying to come online, to be known, to be seen, to be heard, to be utilized. And these daily messages that I've been giving have been helping us to understand how we let some of that energy that exists within us, that love energy, that divinity within us, how do we bring more and more to the surface? How do we let it speak? How do we let it flow? How do we let God, creator, universe, how do we let that exist? And how are we the hands, the arms, and the mouthpieces of God, right? And a lot of that messages up to this point have been about what does that work look like that we have to do for ourselves to bring that closer to the surface. Some of the messages that have come through have been about how do we recognize, support, and partner with Mother Earth so that more of that energy can flow freely, the energy of abundance, the energy of joy, the energy of support, right? So this energy is trying to come forward and trying to come up and be loud and integrated, because this is the energy. It's so bright, it's so beautiful, it's so full of love and compassion, just shining, just its existence shuts that violence down, shuts that oppression down, shuts that fear and ego down, because it absorbs it and it welcomes it back in, and it takes away the separation distortion that feeds that fear, that ego, and that violence. So let's just tap in and see what message Spirit has to bring through for us to help us bring more of that light energy up to the surface of our beings, as well as how do we connect all that love energy? How do we make it a flowing stream of love consciousness? How do we expand it through community, through interaction? So let's see what information, what the next piece of the puzzle is that Spirit wants to bring through. So they're talking to me right now about an inventory list, and they're talking about how we're at the part of the journey, and they're not calling this a rebirth. They're calling it a reawakening, because a rebirth would mean that something had to die, that something within us needs to be brought back to life. And what they're saying is that love energy, that God energy, that divinity that exists within each of us has never been put out. That fire, and every moment of our lifetime, that fire, that flame, that flicker, that light of love has been within us the entire time. What is happening is we forgot it. We forgot how to tap into it. We forgot how to recognize it. We forgot how to ignite it. We forgot how to feed it fuel, right? So it's not about a rebirth. It's about a reawakening to who we truly are. And that is not just who we truly are as individuals. It's truly who we are as a collective group of humans, of a world community, right? So they want to just shift some of the language that's out there in the collective. This is a definitely things, structures, things that are no longer serving us are kind of crumbling around us, but we're not necessarily rising and being born from those ashes. All those structures, all those things that are burning down from us are getting things out of the way. It's like we can finally see the horizon fully. We can finally see the beauty in the distance when all these structures fall down, and we're not being reborn, we're being reawakened. So where we are in this moment of reawakening is definitely at a part where where each of us as individuals and then as communities. So like they showed like this ripple effect that it's us as individuals here, and then it's our immediate family, right? And then it's our extended family, and then it's the street we live on, and then it's the community we live in, then it's the state we live in, right? All these things, all these little groups that we are connected to, it eventually encompasses the whole world. And that they're showing is we're at the stage where we as individuals and then we as communities need to take an inventory list of what each of us are bringing to the table, and then what are some of the skills that we still need to work on. So they're saying do that inventory list for yourself, and they're talking about that inner work, that inner knowing, that inner light. Do you know what your purpose is yet? Do you know what your calling is yet? Do you know how that has played out throughout your life and all the trials and tribulations that you've gone through? Can you see how it's strengthened your calling? Can you see how it's made you even more stubborn or grounded or set in your ways, that you are not giving this up? Can you see how it's strengthened it? So like that's inventory number one. Do you know what your purpose is? Do you know what your weaknesses are, and are you okay with that? Are you okay with the fact that maybe you're not the best public speaker? Maybe you have all these great thoughts in your head, but you are not meant to be a communicator, right? Are you okay with the fact that there are certain people that you can't reach? Maybe you don't like the sight of blood. Maybe you don't like other bodily fluids. And that's saying like your weaknesses, you wouldn't be set up to be in the healthcare field, right? So are you able to figure out where you are not meant to be, and then who in your circle, who in your life are meant to fill those other roles? Are you able to honor them? Are you able to support them? Are you able to celebrate them without any hurt to your ego because you can't do it? Are you able just to say, that is not my role. I am so glad that you're playing this, and there is no jealousy. There is no envy in your heart. So they're saying like doing the inventory list of here is my role. Here are the roles that all of the members of my loved ones play. Am I able to support them? Am I able to rally behind them? And then are you able to say, what are the things that I am still missing in order to fulfill my calling? So if my calling is to support Mother Earth, if my calling is to protect Mother Earth from a depletion of water because of all these new technologies that are coming online, without any foresight, without any partnering with Mother Earth, with just seeing her as a resource and not as a partner, if that is where I'm being called to, if I'm being called to push back against these technologies that are really stealing water from Mother Earth, what is my role in that? Who is missing? Who is not at the table yet? Do we need a better communicator? Do we need someone who is able to test water quality? Do we need someone who is able to really have hard conversations with boots on the ground? So the people who are building these centers, the people who are taking the bulldozers and cutting down the trees, having those types of conversations in a kind, respectful, loving way, where they're able to bring more clarity, get more information without causing people to shut down. Is there somebody like that on our team? Is there someone who's on our team that's really able to do the comforting and the nurturing for these families who are already being disenfranchised, being harmed by the things that are already taking place in some of our communities? Who is the comforter? Who is the one that can support these families and make them feel like they're being seen and heard and valued, without being used for a sensational news article, right? So this work and really supporting Mother Earth through this new really hard chapter in her history, because again, we're exploiting her for technology's sake. It's not just about telling the story. It's not just about getting all the facts. It's not just about letting people know what is happening, boots on the ground. It's not just about changing hearts and minds. It's not just about comforting the people who are already being affected and making sure that they're safe. And it's not just about letting Mother Earth know we're here. They're saying the other part of that team that's needed is the people to sit with Mother Earth and converse with her and have conversations and ask her what is the next step, because she knows part of the solution to get out of this problem as well. People are not asking her what she needs, right? People are not conversing with her. We're trying to do things for her. We're not trying to do things with her. So there are some folks out there that are really able to converse with Mother Nature and really able to get her side of the story, really able to get her wisdom of how to shift and move things in a direction where the harm is not unrepairable, right? So somebody needs to be talking to Mother Earth on your team too. So that's just a very, very specific, very ultra specific actually, example of what this team looks like. And it's really understanding your own internal inventory, your own internal purpose, and being able to see, okay, who are the other people I need to pull in with me as I continue to follow my purpose. Because none of us are meant to be walking these paths alone. There are teams for everything that we're trying to accomplish. And you need to start looking in the unexpected places. There are people that are meant to be called into your path that have talents that you may not think of right away of like, ooh, I need that person to be walking on this path with me. So a great example were those earth healers, those medicine men and women who have really deep, intimate knowledge of Mother Earth and are really able to communicate with her and bring her in as a partner in this. That those are really important people to have on your team, because again, this is something that cannot be done with the intellect alone. We are not going to be able to push back about this, against this exploitation through intellect alone. Yes, we need smart people. We need people who understand the law. We need people who understand how systems work. But we also need those people who are kind of outside the box and haven't been utilized up to this point. So figure out what are the outside the box thinking that you need? How do we bring more of our heart and our soul into these spaces? And how do we expand our team? And I'm going to leave that with you with love and light. Have a great rest of the day.